Hello, Benji. How's it
How
going?
are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
We are here on the weekend for a little bit of a news update. However, it is a bit of a newsy weekend as Splash Mountain is closing. So why don't we bring in Jeremiah if he's ready? Hello, Jeremiah.
Wait, what? Splash Mountain's closing? When did this happen?
Oh,
How's
I heard
it
nothing
been
about
going
it.
over at the Magic Kingdom?
I've seen a lot of homemade Splash Mountain shirts, and it is busy. I haven't made it past town square yet, but I've seen the wait times that I'm heading towards, and I'm not crazy about that.
Yeah, so I was just looking. We just got an update. And it's 200 minutes. So what's that? 60, 120? That's over 3 hours and 20 minutes if I math is right, which it may
Yeah.
not be.
No,
Yeah.
that's right.
That's right. Yeah. So
Yeah, Luke, you're supposed to be good at math, Luke. You're English, right?
Apparently.
I just want to say hi to Mickey Spirit Animal. Hope you're having a nice weekend. I guess not watching the football game, but we are checking in with Jeremiah at the Magic Kingdom. It's also the first day for Enchanted Tales with Belle, although that's not popping up on my.
It's the first day for Ariel's meet and greet.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Ariel's.
Wait, you told me that last night.
Yeah. I think Enchanted Tales with Belle is next month.
Yeah, that's in February. Yeah. So they get those two confused because 1989, 1991, it's close.
Let's check the posters from Disneyland to see what years they're from.
No, that would not be a good idea. But in any case, we'll let you check on. We'll let you head to Frontierland, or you're going to go to Frontierland or Fantasyland first?
I was actually going to head to Tomorrowland first because apparently the Tron music is on in that area, so I figured that would be a good place to start. Then we could walk around the back.
Sounds good. Can you go into the cinema real quick?
Yes.
There's always something new with this vault collection, which is sort of ironic if you think about it.
We're still 25th, which I love the 25th anniversary jacket on the.
Do you want to buy me that jacket?
20th shirt. I actually don't think they have any of the jackets for this one.
I could definitely picture you wearing that, Benji.
I could totally wear that.
This is an extra small.
Nope, that's not going to fit me. I'm fat. It's bargain at 20% off.
$89.99.
That brings up that we have Belle opening. We have Ariel opening today, and then Belle opening, and so there should be a Rescuers Down Under meet and greet happening in between.
There's the back of it, and it is the embroidery just like the original one.
Oh, that's so cool.
But they only have the extra small. This screams your name.
Yeah, that screams my name too. That's also cool. Okay, I will be happy that I'm not there and saving money.
So what else is going on? You can keep me in the background. I'll just walk if you want to and talk.
Just seeing Mr. Toad there made me draw the parallels between Splash Mountain closing and going back to Mr. Toad closing, 25 years ago at this point?
It was after the 25th.
Yeah, I think it was 97 when Winnie the Pooh opened in 98. I think
so, yeah.
About 25 years. Got a similar situation going on in the Magic Kingdom today.
Well,
you were there when they closed Universe of Energy and had a power issue, right? Which I think is hilarious.
No, I was there in the morning for Universe of Energy and then went over to the studios for Great Movie Ride because they thought it'd be a great idea to close two massive attractions on the same day. But no, I was a little jealous that, the ride broke down for the last ride through.
While we wait for you, I just want to point out today is also National Polka Dot Day. So we have a contest where you can win the purple vinyl of Disney Lo-Fi Mini Focus since today, because today is Polka Dot Day. So if you want to celebrate and you want to win a record, go enter our contest at laughingplace.com and you can win the Lo-Fi Mini Focus LP, ironically.
An LP from LP.
Oh, what's going on over there, dude? I'm hearing Jeremiah. I hear like
the parade just stepped off. Didn't just step off. It just hit the hub. No, we're up in the Tomorrowland Noodle Station that they have all prepped for the dessert party this evening. And then heading down into Tomorrowland. So do we think that they're just going to repaint the statues silver and then put the 100 medallion in it?
That, or they're just going to remove anything saying 50 on it.
Well, that one, it looks stitched is pretty permanent in there. It's
true.
We'll have to rip it
no
out.
mouse.
Purple.
Yeah, you can definitely tell there's a parade and there's everybody in Frontierland because that's what Tomorrowland looks like right now.
It looks a little empty. So we still have Monsters Inc. Lot 4 on the right, but we have nothing on the left, right? It looks like stroller
Absolutely nothing. Except for stroller parking, yes.
I tell you, I do love the return of the little chime that the Tomorrowland Transit Authority makes. The doom doom doom. Love hearing that through Tomorrowland again.
How does it go?
Doom doom doom.
Thanks.
You might hear it as he goes by.
I'm not sure where the Tron music had started playing, so I'm just going to kind of walk around.
One would presume it started playing your Tron.
I did watch Tron this morning, the original. I watched Tron Legacy, and then in the next, 2 months, I will probably watch them all over again.
Are you watching the animated show?
No, the animated show wasn't good.
As a fan, what do you think about this Jared Leto news?
Thank you for asking me that. I'm so excited to answer this question. I am excited for anything that has Tron as part of it. I really hope that Jared Leto is a villain that gets killed off very early in it so we don't have to deal with him, or he is, I'm sure he's going to be part of the villain, but I asked a question on my Facebook today. I'm like, why did Jared Leto become the Thing? Like, I've never understood that. And people are like, 30 Seconds to Mars. I'm like, okay. And then some movie, Dallas Buys something.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, never heard of, and he won an Academy Award for it.
This isn't Disney related, but it just broke, and I feel like I should. The trailer for Star Trek Picard's final season is going to debut during halftime of the AFC Championship game.
If you would have said it's debuting right now, I probably would have jumped off and went to watch it, but I'll catch it online.
That would be a lot more exciting if I hadn't seen 4 episodes already.
Yeah, jerk.
What about Doctor Who? You said we have Tron. We have any updates on Doctor Who, Luke?
We had a couple of people added to the cast a couple of days ago in just minor roles. I think they were spotted during filming, so they made that announcement. But nothing too much. We're still waiting until November for any actual new content to come to Disney Plus.
So all I can hear is the old Tomorrowland music.
Maybe they're just testing it. I will say the plant wall is nice. That's always a good sign. I have a feeling
you might be able to hear it better from the Toontown side, or perhaps from the TTA.
Well, I can hear the TTA music. I can hear the Tomorrowland. Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow is playing.
Yeah, but don't you think it would be coming from the Tron show building? Not. I mean, I don't know, but.
Well, I didn't read what we were going off of. I heard that it was playing as the background music, so we can head over that way. It was a very nice warm day, low 80s, and now it's, okay, here comes the rain. Thank you.
Yeah, I just saw a report on the audio, and it said it was coming from the Storybook Circus side.
Okay, we'll head over that way.
I'm sorry, Kyle's not here to give you a weather report, but
I know.
I can go on my phone.
It gonna rain.
Yeah, apparently it's gonna rain. Actually, the weather I see says it's just breezy, so it's supposed to be cleared out around 6, which is in about 3 hours.
Is that sign actually flashing in real life, or is that just...
No, it's just the frame rate,
camera.
Yeah. I would guess that it probably won't rain because, as normal, I leave my window cracked, and it's almost a guarantee to rain.
Just got a wait time update from Splash Mountain. It's 220 minutes.
3.5 hours.
Wow. And Jeremiah's going to wait with you there that whole time.
Yep, I'm going to stand there. We're going to talk for 3.5 hours. My battery's going to die.
How many times could you watch Song of the South in 3.5 hours?
At least 3. Yeah, I know it's 100 less. So we're going to head into the biggest mishmash of merchandise here. We have Disney World, we have Wakanda Forever, we have Space Mountain, lounge flies. Oh, I haven't seen this lounge fly. This one's actually cute. I don't know why I have an affinity for Pixar and Toy Story recently. Benji, I think I found ears that are screaming your name. I have not seen these, so...
Yeah. Is that like a designer ear? Like, is there like a special tag on it or something?
No, there is nothing. There's not even a logo on the front.
That's a long price tag.
It's the CVS price tag still, so I'm guessing you can get this from Shop Disney.
Gideon points out that you can watch Song of the South 0 times because you can't watch it. Spoken like someone who hasn't been in this community long enough to know that we all have a copy of Song of the South.
If you don't have a copy, ask somebody and you can find a copy.
There may be Japanese subtitles, but we can get you one. The only downside is it's a pretty boring movie.
It really is. How many times have you watched Song of the South, Luke?
Not since I was a lot younger. So I don't really remember it, but I feel like a lot of the things that people remember about the movie are the small scenes with Brer Rabbit and all those other characters, which ends up making up a very small amount of the actual movie.
And you can see that on, like the 1 Hour Wonderland. You don't need to see the whole movie. You can see the animated sequences out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and honestly, I'm not trying to get into anything deeper, but the dad is really the villain of the entire thing to the mom and the kids. So
I think the villain is Bobby Driscoll's acting coach.
Hey, may Bobby rest in peace. Oh, I would also like to give, and I know this probably has this name you guys will have no clue. Sal Piro, who was the founder of the Rocky Horror Picture Show fan club, passed away today. And I guess we should do a story about that since Rocky's kind of Disney.
That's Disney now.
So everybody go look for Sal Piro, whoever's on News Desk. Luke.
Hello.
Let's do the time warp. Are you going to dance for us? Do the dance if I sing along? Do you know the dance?
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay.
I have such a good gimbal, you can't tell.
Word.
You just got to take a step to the left.
And then a step to the right.
It's a jump to the left, step to the right. Put
Okay.
your hands on your hips. Bring your knees over.
And we're moving on.
And man,
Oh, we also haven't been here since Pete's Silly Sideshow reopened.
Oh yeah.
It's like I was
was
gone
silly.
for a week or something.
Yeah, slacker. Where have you been?
I was actually on the Pixar Day at Sea cruise on the Fantasy. An amazing.
Do you ever look at your life and go, "Dang, I'm a spoiled brat"? Whoa. Sort of just.
I've got a
coming
cruise
right at
coming
us.
up. I've got a cruise coming up too, so I'm also living that spoiled life.
No, I would definitely like to thank Laughing Place for the chance to spend 7 days on the beautiful Disney Fantasy. I have declared that the Disney Fantasy is my favorite of all the ships, and I would like to share talking to the cast and crew of the Disney Fantasy, and they asked, "Oh, have you been on the Wish?" And I'd say yes, and they'd give me the look like, "So?" And it seems they all have heard that it is not the it's not the star of the cruise line that
Chandrilla
everybody wants
Starline.
to. Yes, thank you.
They speaking of which, you can get if you book a Galactic Star Cruiser visit, you can get 2 days off $200. What is it? $700 off a 2-day Disney World vacation. So that's encouraging.
That's a pretty decent deal. Not encouraging for the Galactic Star Cruiser, but the deal itself is pretty good.
We have a 35-minute wait for Barnstormer, so that's actually
Kyle corrects me. It's up to $700. So
yeah, it depends
again,
on which
yeah, it's not $700 if you're staying at Pop Century.
So to point out when they're posting very high, they're posting a 35-minute wait for Barnstormer, and I know it's a 90-second attraction, but that doesn't seem like, Luke, you're good at math. How many 90 seconds are in 35 minutes?
Well,
there's load time.
there is load time. They do typically run, which is surprising for a coaster of that size. They do typically run two trains, so they can get through it pretty quickly.
Do you hear music?
No, right now I hear this Iron Beast.
Is that the Royal Disney or Roger E. Brody?
Lily Belle.
Lily Belle's out. That's impressive.
Yeah, I think it's the Brogy that is still in the shop. Tron. Ooh, they even have the lights on the wheels and in the canopy.
Just saw her zooming on by.
Okay, I do hear something. I think once the train leaves, we should be able to hear it a little bit better.
Okay. Then once we see what's it's running. Once we get a little bit of that, we'll let you go for a second so we can check in with Alex, and then we'll hop back on with you in a little bit. And if you want to if you do hear something, if you want to capture a little video on your own, that'll work out.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get anything.
Just waiting for the choo-choo to go.
Yeah, it's still loading. Yeah, it is pretty loud. I can hear the music.
It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the ISOs at the Tron Coaster tonight.
That was excellent. You should write parodies.
Weird Benji Yankovic here.
Well, yeah. You called me that before I had parody skills.
Yeah, they're cycling pretty consistency. It's like
But yeah, that
60
is
seconds.
I think that's less than 60 seconds. That's going by quick.
Okay, so you're good at math. Let's start. soon as you see the next one go by, that upper right corner, start counting, Luke.
It's been about 10. It's been about 10 seconds since the last one. So I do have a counter.
Maybe they're loading a
on my
wheelchair.
screen.
There you go.
That was about 20 seconds.
Wow.
20 seconds between dispatches, which obviously is not going to be the case when you have guests on board. But
No.
even if it's under a minute, that's still going to be pretty impressive.
It will be very impressive if it's under a minute within the first year, because much like Flight of Passage, the restraint systems for this gets a little.
Okay, the train's going across the crossing there. That's the crossing signal.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tron is dual loading, like 2 stations, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So that will also help.
Okay. Train will be gone in a second. We'll definitely be able to hear because it's already quieting down. You guys hear anything?
No.
Yeah, it's about here.
Yeah, it's the Tron Legacy soundtrack playing.
I can hear it now. Yeah, that's exciting.
And if you watch over here, one of the grids lights up blue as the light cycle goes by. I don't know how well. If only we had Zoom. Okay, I'll go ahead and hop off. I'll hop back on when I'm over by Ariel, and I'll get some video of this.
Sounds good. See you in a little bit.
Okay.
So we are going to bring in Alex, who is looks like a Sheraton.
Marriott.
Marriott. Same. In Salt Lake City for the Sundance Film Festival. And
that's correct.
You got to see one Disney production of sorts, and some other films that we kind of hedge our bets trying to guess what Disney may acquire, because a lot of these films are looking for distribution, although they haven't picked up anything yet. But can you talk a little bit about the ABC News documentary you saw?
Yeah, it's called Pretty Baby Brooke Shields. It's the story of a pretty baby who grew up to become a pretty woman. It's a 2-part documentary, and at Sundance they kind of bridged them together as like one 2-hour documentary film. It very much chronicles her childhood in the spotlight as a model, then transitioning into acting, getting kind of vilified for how sexual the roles she was doing were when she was underage, and even like her Calvin Klein modeling campaign, and it makes it pretty clear that she didn't really understand what she was doing at the time. And then the second part is kind of her as an adult rectifying with her past, and also trying to move forward after college. And I didn't realize, when she came out of college, that the world had kind of forgotten about her. So she wasn't getting jobs she thought there would be when she finished her education.
And this is going to be on Hulu. It comes from ABC News, though, and it's produced by George Stephanopoulos.
Amongst a large team of producers. It's funny because at Sundance, the filmmakers are here. oftentimes the cast are here. So at the end of each screening, you'll often have like a panel of people get up on stage. And for no project that I've seen so far has it been bigger than Pretty Baby Brooke Shields. It was like, you know, when a movie wins Best Picture and you have God and Country on the stage, you know, wanting to share in that excitement. It was like that. It was like half the audience got up on stage for Pretty Baby.
And did you get any insight into the creation of it from the cast?
Yeah, I mean, so Brooke Shields talked about how she had been approached numerous times over the years to do a documentary about her life, and she had always turned it down. She wasn't necessarily looking for creative control, but she was looking for somebody who would do her story the right way. And so I forget the name of the director. It is a woman director who kind of came to her with this vision of two parts. One part would be basically chronicling her journey to Princeton. So like her childhood formative years. The second part would be about using her voice. So like part one, finding her voice, part two, using it, was kind of the simplified abbreviation of that. And then Brooke Shields, as you see in the documentary, had a huge archive of like everything she'd ever done. And it just so happened that at the time that they were putting this together, she had her archive digitized. So she handed the director basically this, you know, giant multi-terabyte hard drive with digitized versions of everything she had ever done. And it included home video footage. So, you know, there's a lot in there that probably, you know, people who grew up with Brooke Shields or idolized her won't have seen before.
And then what did you think of it?
I thought it was great. It was really inspiring, really impactful. It sparks a good conversation about sexism, kind of what we as a society with the beauty industry project onto women, and at what age is that appropriate to be starting on. So yeah, it was really good. It was thought provoking, as anything from ABC News ought to be, and yeah, I endorse it.
And if my math is right, you've seen 4 films at Sundance so far.
Yep, and it will be 6 by tonight.
Yeah. What of the 4 you've seen, including this one, what's your favorite?
Theater Camp, which I don't think anything will top Theater Camp for me. It comes from Ben Platt and some of his regular crew. It's a mockumentary, and it's very much in the style of Waiting for Guffman, which is a Christopher Guest movie that I love about a small town putting on a musical about their founder. And then Heavyweights, which is a Disney movie that I love about a summer camp that gets put under new management that doesn't really understand the brand. So the brother from I'm sorry, what's the name of the ABC sitcom? With the brother who's a writer and the wealthy brother.
Oh, Home Economics.
In San Francisco. Home Economics. It's the wealthy brother from Home Economics. He is the son of this theater camp manager who has a Bye Bye Birdie related stroke and is out of commission for the summer. So he steps in to take her place. He's like a crypto douchey bro. And then there's like the cast of regular counselors and then the regular students coming back for this theater camp, which in addition to doing like beloved musical shows, has decided to do their own original music, paying tribute to Amy Sedaris's character, who's that guy's mother, who had the Bye Bye Birdie related stroke and is out for the season. It was so funny. It has original songs that were great. At the end of the presentation, at the end of the film, at the end of the screening, the kid cast from the film got up and did a live version of the show within a show. And it was just spectacular. It got a huge standing ovation. Sundance comedies in general usually aren't like big laugh out loud comedies, whereas this was. Will Ferrell's executive producer on it. And then and oddly enough, it's like in the U.S. dramatic competition. It's eligible for that prize, which feels a little unfair for all the other dramas because this one's such a feel-good movie. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. I'm sure this one's going to find a distributor. I don't know if it's necessarily Disney, but it's my favorite thing.
And then every week you do a watch guide of everything coming. As a member of the Television Critics Association, you have access to kind of know what's going on. So you do a top 5. Sometimes there's Disney, sometimes it's not. I believe there's one Disney this week. But can you go through your top 5 this week?
Yeah, so obviously the Disney item here is How I Met Your Father season 2. Season 1 was 10 episodes. Season 2 is going to be 20 episodes. They're almost done filming the entire season, and Hulu is releasing it in 2 waves. So this first wave of 10 episodes is starting on Tuesday the 24th. Obviously, Hilary Duff is back, and I don't want to give away any spoilers, but there are some pretty major guest stars this season. So if you were a fan of How I Met Your Mother, you will want to check out season 2 of How I Met Your Father. The show I'm most excited for is Poker Face, which is coming to Peacock. It's from Rian Johnson of The Last Jedi and Knives Out fame. And then he co-created this with and for Tasha Leone. This is, in Rian Johnson's words, how Ketchum, not a whodunit. And so it's a 10-part series. Natasha Leone's character is on a road trip, and in each stop, she has a different person that she's hunting down as a bounty hunter kind of a thing. It's got lots of guest stars, as you would expect a Rian Johnson production to have. And so that one is really exciting to me. Shrinking, I've had the pleasure of seeing the first episode of Shrinking. It's from Jason Segel, who we all know from The Muppets. And then co-creator of this show is the guy who was the mastermind. And How I Met Your Mother. Yes, there's a lot of Jason Segel in here today. But the co-creator of Scrubs worked on this with him. During TCA, one of the fun stories was, everyone was asking, how did Harrison Ford get involved in this? He's not typically one to do TV. And he's his neighbor, the guy who created Scrubs. They're neighbors. And so it was kind of a little bit of they kept talking to him about it and asking if he would consider it. But that show, it is a comedy. But the premise is it's a shrink who is having his own emotional upheaval following the passing of his wife. And so it's kind of that catchphrase of how can you help yourself or how can you help somebody else if you can't help yourself? So he's kind of learning that the hard way through the show. You People is from Kenya Barris of Blackish fame. It's a Netflix movie. Obviously, Eddie Murphy, Jonah Hill co-created this with Kenya Barris. And then the cast also includes Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who I'm a big fan of. I love Val. And then lastly is Prime Video's Shotgun Wedding, which I'm most excited about this because Jennifer Coolidge is in it. But it's a romantic comedy. That's a movie that's coming out on Friday on Prime Video, and it's J-Lo and what's his name, the hunky guy that Rob Riggle was having a hard time getting over, Josh Duhamel on Holy Moly 3 in 3D in 2D.
Yeah, and you can see him in season 2 of Mighty Ducks Game Changers as well.
That's true.
So,
and
a lot of Disney alumni here.
One of the kids from Mighty Ducks Game Changers is in theater camp and was here for that performance last night. So
just to keep score, you have one Hulu/Disney, one Netflix, one Apple TV Plus, one Peacock, and one Prime Video. So
I've been very fairly distributing things out this week. What almost made the cut. This was actually a tough week, which is weird for, last full week of January to narrow it down to 5. There's a lot of good stuff. And one of the things that didn't make this list, but almost did, was season 2 of American Auto, which if you haven't seen it, it's from the creator of Superstore. It's an NBC show. It's so funny. It's like The Office, the way they describe it. The Office is middle management. Superstore was hourly bottom employees, and then American Auto is executive level in terms of these workplace single camera comedies. So I highly recommend it if you're a fan of either The Office or Superstore.
Well, great. What are you going to see tonight?
Fabulous question. Let me pull up my schedule because I'm lost in time. I'm seeing a movie called Fairyland. and then a movie called Invisible Beauty. And I can't remember like anything about them other than, you know, a month ago when I planned out Sundance, I shortlisted those as potential Disney acquisitions. Tomorrow, the one that I would not be surprised if Disney nabs unless it's really bad. It's one of the few kids movies in the festival this year. It's called Aliens Abducted My Parents, and Now I Feel Kinda Left Out, which just the title is pretty fun, and it has Mrs. Claus from the Santa Clauses in it.
Elizabeth Mitchell
as a familiar face, Elizabeth Mitchell. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, great. Well, we'll let you get back to covering Sundance. Thanks for checking in, and stay warm.
Thanks. I will try. It is snowing.
Well, we got Jeremiah back.
I'm not as exciting as the 10-part Lady Gaga miniseries. That sounds exciting.
Wait, what?
Lady Gaga?
Poker Face. Isn't that about Lady Gaga?
Oh, no. That was terrible.
That's bad.
So I just sent out a tweet about the Tron Light Cycle run, and hopefully you can hear the music. And then the Ariel's Grotto, Meet the Little Mermaid, has a 30-minute wait. And I've been sitting out here for a few minutes, and the cast members, all they're asking is, you're here to meet Ariel, right? You're not here to ride the ride, right? And like people are just turning around. I've never seen that happen.
That's interesting.
I can see how it can be a little confusing with the two
We'll
being
come
right
back
next
and
to
get
each
some
other.
pictures of Ariel a little bit later on.
Especially of Lightning Lane.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Lightning Lane return time for that?
For the Little Mermaid? Or for the Ariel meet and greet?
Looks the meet and greet, not the ride.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look right now for you.
The wait time for Under the Sea is 25 minutes.
And just to give you a check-in, I will let you know that Splash Mountain is still at a 220-minute wait.
And it looks like no Genie Plus
Well, as I was
currently
walking by, I
available
could hear
for
Under the
Ariel.
Sea, the voice of the Little Mermaid.
Sophia says Lady Gaga is my fan of mine. Brian says hi. And Kyle says Bill Lawrence, who's the creator of Shrinking, aka also Scrubs and Cougar Town.
The last one Alex was talking about, the aliens abducted my parents, so I feel left out. I just heard multiple good things about that over the past few days, so I'm looking forward to that also. It does sound like it could be a Disney acquisition pretty easily.
Okay, well, we'll see if Disney Ferengis that one.
And not sure if you heard it, but there's no Genie Plus for...
Yeah, if I didn't know... I did hear Under the Sea had gone down as I was walking past it, so that will definitely have some effect to everything.
Seems like it's pretty windy down there.
It is. I feel like the wind has been following me for the past week. It's not cold. It's definitely drier than normal, but yeah, it is windy. I'm looking forward to going on Splash and then getting off and freezing just because I'm wet.
It's pretty windy here too. I'm looking outside my window and the trees are really going. Not that
but aren't you guys like? What is the temperature over there, Benji?
Where I live?
Yes.
It is currently 54 degrees.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be really cold. So Mother Nature decided, hey, it's the last day of Splash Mountain. We're going to make it warm. But you're going to have to suffer through some wind.
So while you head to Frontierland, I want to give you some breaking news. Oh, I got a thing for that. Hang on.
overall breaking news, or is this affecting me and I have to go do something else right away?
We got breaking news. Avatar: The Way of Water has officially surpassed $2 billion in global box office, and it's the
Wow.
6th movie to ever do so. And there's still some legs in it too, so we'll see where it ends up. But I don't think people saw that coming.
Nope.
James Cameron saw it coming.
Yeah,
But
James,
do we
never
think
bet
by the
against
time
James
we get
Cameron.
by the time we get to the 6th film, do we think that's gonna is James Cameron just gonna own the top 6 movies or the top 7 with Titanic?
Which is being re-released February 10th for in 4K. And I don't know if you heard, but they're doing a special National Geographic, a scientific examination of whether Rose could be on that door, or not
Which
Rose.
is just MythBusters did that years ago. So Nat Geo, come on.
I think James Cameron disagreed with MythBusters' assessment.
No, I think he actually helped with that one.
Yeah, well, it came out. I saw an interview where he's like, "Yeah, but they didn't do this, so we're gonna do it again." He's like, "I love those guys, but it wasn't accurate." Of course,
And
it's
please,
a movie, so
yeah, go see my movie.
well, it's kind of funny because it's like if she could have fit, he would have just made a smaller door. Like he died because he wanted her to. It's not a factual. At least that element of the story is not factual.
No, that.
Ooh,
I was
little
having a
something called
discussion.
drama.
Being on the cruise, everybody was making Titanic jokes, and that just kept popping up. I was like, why are we still discussing this film how many years later?
Because it's Disney now.
Oh, they did. I was in one of the trivia games, and one of the entertainment guest activities, whatever they're called this week, they changed their names 3 times during the cruise. Did say, did you know Marge Simpson is a Disney princess? And I was like, that is wrong on every account. On the cruise line, one of the guest activities. Okay, from here, I can already see the line is still going over the bridge.
Oof. Well, it won't be going over the bridge
now
tomorrow.
I'm thinking when I was here last week, and I could have gotten on in about an hour and a half. Yeah, this could be one of those ones where tomorrow we see construction right away. I don't think that this is going to be just let it sit for a little bit. Well, I guess they'll have to drain it no matter what. So, but this, this was
I would
not
imagine
just for the parade. This was part of the queue earlier for Splash Mountain.
I imagine the construction walls will probably be up at least around the entrance to the attraction tomorrow.
That's amazing. That's a long queue.
Yeah.
At least they were prepared.
That is definitely a standout because Benji, you and I have both been to closing of attractions where it's ridiculous.
No, I don't think I've actually, because to me it always was kind of dumb. So I never really did. The only attractions I've closed are ones where I was working it and closed them. And I always thought it was funny because people would fight to be on the last boat. But, we're all gonna ride it after you guys do, right? We could be the last people to ride this thing. So
no, somebody asked if I was gonna try to be on the last. No, that is where people get into fights.
Yeah, that is definitely not worth the hassle.
No. Okay, so oh my goodness, this is the lightning lane.
Ooh, that's rough.
So lightning lane, enter here.
I think they might have gave out a few too many lightning lane today.
Go over the bridge, or if it is closed off. I do see a security person. Yeah, they could have done individual lightning lane and made a mint off of this. Yeah, that is individual lightning lane. It goes all the way.
I wonder what
to
makes
right
it
there.
like. Did they give out more, or just people, everyone
and I see
showing up for
switchbacks
it?
in there.
I wonder too if you have ghostwriters, like your disability access and recovery people. Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we'll let you get in that line, Jeremiah.
No, not right. Not while I'm standing. I'm not going to go live for an hour and a half. I'll walk over to the standby line and we'll see what it looks like over here.
No, I'm not asking you to stand there. But you are going to ride it today, right?
Oh, absolutely. But considering how the line has actually gone down throughout the day, I mean, I'm not going to wait till the evening, but I will be waiting until we're done with the live stream before I go hop on there, because I think I'm also going to get some food to stand in line with.
Yummy.
Wait, there's a Hungry Bear restaurant? Where?
Next to the open Splash Mountain.
So with all the Disneyland announcements, why haven't we gotten anything about Critter Country or Hungry Bear?
Who says we will? I mean, Pooh's still there.
Yeah. So I still don't see the... Oh, wait, there's a sign down here.
Now, is that the Lightning Lane line there, or the standby line? Or both?
Frontierland. It looks like, wow, that is still the Lightning Lane line, which almost looks longer than what possibly the standby line could be.
Well, it might be, because, I mean, if they're posting over 3 hours, the ratios might be off,
Oh, yeah, the end of the line is right at the standby entrance. I can see the sign.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely just compensating for the very large line.
Nope, they're still posting 220 down here.
Yeah.
Now, let me walk down and try to get a view of what the actual queue looks like, which doesn't look bad, but again, that Lightning Lane is just going to fill.
How long is the line for the pressed pennies?
Pretty long, actually. Yeah, back to here.
Wow.
I'll be interested to see if
the standby line
area
isn't the full queue, but again, the Lightning Lane, you are going to be waiting.
It's probably not moving very fast.
Yeah. So that's what that all looks like. I'll be taking pictures and get some video up later on for the last day of Splash Mountain in Magic Kingdom.
Sounds good. We're gonna cover one more thing, and I might buzz you to check back with you in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So thanks, Jeremiah. I do want to also recognize that today's the start of Lunar New Year.
Yes.
So Mike was there recently to capture some of their festivities. So I want to replay. First, we're going to replay the Lunar New Year celebration. Mulan's Lunar New Year procession, and
that's a Disney California Adventure.
Yeah, over at California Adventure. So enjoy.
And now, Mulan and friends are honored to share the beautiful Chinese traditions and heritage of this joyous holiday. Please join them in welcoming Oswald the Lucky Rabbit as we celebrate the Year of the Rabbit. The blooming flower is a comforting symbol for Mulan, as her father taught her that she would blossom beautifully in her own time. The spirited dragon dance is one of Mulan's favorite traditions. She learned from her ancestors that the wise and powerful dragon dances across the sky to scare away bad luck and bring good fortune in the new year. When Mulan was a little girl, her mother taught her that traditionally, the ribbon dance was performed for royalty as an expression of gratitude and honor. Mulan loves the swirling colors of the ribbons. Mulan learned to respect the strength and discipline of the martial arts from her father. This centuries-old art form celebrates a rich heritage of bravery and honor. The fan and umbrella dances are two of Mushu's favorite ancient art forms. They represent beauty, grace, and delicacy. And now, Mulan and friends are honored to share the beautiful Chinese traditions and heritage of this joyous holiday. Please join them in welcoming Oswald the Lucky Rabbit as we celebrate the Year of the Rabbit. The blooming flower is a comforting symbol for Mulan, as a father taught her that she would blossom beautifully in her own time. The spirited dragon dance is one of Mulan's favorite traditions. She learned from her ancestors that the wise and powerful dragon dances across the sky to scare away bad luck and bring good fortune in the new year.
And I can't hear you, Benji. Don't know if that's just me.
No, that's because I muted myself. But we did get a look at Hortensia for the first time at a domestic park.
Yes.
And I'm gonna pull her up real quick. Oh, that's Oswald. And then there's Hortensia.
Interesting. I was just going to mention interesting. I think they changed quite a bit with the Lunar New Year parade. Now that it's more of a actual parade across the whole park instead of a show stop kind of thing.
Yeah, it definitely took me off guard because I was used to the old way. In fact, Mike was waiting at the Pixar Pier gate waiting for it, and then they were like, it actually starts at Hollywoodland. So
oh yeah,
but it's been, I haven't been to Lunar New Year in a bit, so it's just, the timing's never worked out for me. But I'm actually going to be at Disneyland next week, so I hope to get a chance to see it when we're there. Now, I also wanted to show that the other thing that they do for Lunar New Year is the watercolor pre-show, which is back for the first time in a bit because of everything going on. We didn't have watercolor until very recently, so it's a pre-show to watercolor that they run, and it's called Hurry Home, and they change it a little bit every year to match the zodiac sign of whatever year it is. So I'm going to play that real quick. It's about 7 minutes. So enjoy.
Under the glow of the new moon, cultures near and far celebrate the Lunar New Year. Friends and family gather together to welcome a bright new year. It is a time of reflection, feasts, and wishes of good fortune for all. And now, let us follow the little lantern as it begins its journey home.
When the moon is new again, the lunar year will start. It's time to make your journey home, little lantern. Keep following your heart. All your family and friends will welcome you this New Year's Day. So hurry home, little lantern. Don't let the dragon Mushu lead you astray. May a banquet of deliciousness mean good luck will be increased. So make your way home, little lantern. Imagine a most delightful feast. Through the mountains and the fog, the waning moon shines bright and clear. as we reflect upon our past and wish upon the brand new year. Somehow I cannot hide who I am, though I try. When will my reflection show who I am inside? When will my reflection show who I am inside? Welcome home, little lantern. Welcome home.
So that was that. I did hear that we weren't actually sharing the screen when we were talking about Hortensia, so I want to share her images from Disneyland's Lunar New Year. So wearing her pretty little dress because it's Year of the Rabbit in China and the Year of the Cat in Vietnam. So it worked out. But I do want to go to Jeremiah one more time. Hey, Jeremiah.
Hey, Benji. So I was just attempting to wait for the penny press outside. Yeah, I stood there for the entire time you were gone and didn't move a muscle.
Yeah, well, it's not new. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what? That you didn't need to wait for the last day. It's not dated or anything. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but
It's everybody wants it because we know it won't be there tomorrow.
how funny if it's there tomorrow? Like the store.
I know. Well, the inside store, the machine actually went down, so there's a very long line inside the old gift shop just for the penny press. The crank one that they have underneath the train trestle was the one that we walked past that had about a 15 deep, and it's 4 pennies, and you have to actually do the crank to get them. So where's Luke for the math?
I don't know why we're assuming I'm good at math, because I really am not.
But yeah, it's over in this area, the line for the lightning lane is longer than the standby queue, but we know that math. Sorry, Luke, I'm stealing your job. That math doesn't work out to be less than a wait time.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely take far more from Lightning Lane than they will from standby. Hence your 220-minute
Benji,
wait.
which was your first splash?
Disneyland.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Also,
I,
Mulan.
I have a thing against drops, so it took me a while. It took me a lot longer to do the splash than they probably should have. But the railroad, when you go by it, it looks so cool, and I loved American Sings. I really want to do it, so eventually.
I was lucky enough to be on it one of the first, well, as far as I knew, first soft opening days.
Really? Do you see
July
Ernest?
4th of '89. No, I didn't. I was very upset about that.
I wonder, if that's public domain, we should be rerunning that constantly. But probably isn't. Okay, well, thanks, Jeremiah. Have fun. Stay dry.
Yeah, I have flip-flops in my bag that I'm changing into. Oh, there's people cosplaying or bounding as Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox.
Oh, well, try and go to the exit. Try and get their picture.
And also, they definitely are not worrying about single riders or anything on this.
Yeah, they really aren't.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hey.
Okay, thanks,
They know
Jeremiah.
the line's going to be long. Have a good day, guys.
Take
Bye.
care.
Well, and then, so, Luke, I want to go through SoCal Imagine channels. Like, if they really wanted to make money, they would close the standby and do ILL only. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. Just from
that would have been a rough decision to make.
And I want to say Jason Schultz, who is the second to maybe like the actual Disney archives, is the best archive of Disney knowledge, particularly Disney parks. It's just, I mean, a genius. He actually was a federal archivist in his own right. But shared some pictures that came from the opening of Splash Mountain, or should I say construction of Splash Mountain, which full credit to Jason Archivist and Joe Guajardo, former cast member who we all know. But look at the actual building of the mountain.
And is this the one here in Walt Disney World?
This is Disneyland.
Disneyland,
if I'm not mistaken. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just obviously we've had big projects happen since, but it's hard to imagine this happening and just being on the ferry boat and watching. And you can see the Splash Mountain opening soon on the construction wall there. It's just
it's crazy to think of. It's one of those things that it's been there for at Disneyland and Disney World. It's been there for my entire life. So
I remember when I went to Disneyland in summer of '92 before it opened. I remember it was testing. I think they had dummies in it, and not me, other dummies. And, and then I remember going to Magic Kingdom and they were testing Splash Mountain. So I've always been there as it's testing.
I think this is actually Disney World's version.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, 1992.
Yeah, that would have been because 89 in California.
Yeah, I've always preferred the Disney World version. I think the scenes are laid out a little bit better. The musical stylings of it are better as well. I just think it all flows better in Disney World than Disneyland.
And here is a construction model of the Disney World version in the train station. That was a neat little thing because the Frontierland train station was moved and rebuilt for this as well. So it had an impact on the train operations while it was being built. So thank you to Jason for tweeting that.
Those are cool.
So in any case, I do want to close up by just giving you a little heads up as to what we're working on next week. I'm gonna be fully honest. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we're getting ready to kick off Disney 100 at the Disneyland Resort. So that's what we're going to be celebrating. For those couple days, schedules to be determined, but we are going to have a small army there trying to get everything for you. Tomorrow we'll have a special morning edition of our LP News Update at 7 a.m. Pacific. So it'll actually be morning for everybody. And then Parks Talk at 4. And then Tuesday we'll be live at 6 a.m. Pacific discussing the Oscar nominations. Me and Tony will be checking that out, as well as covering any other news that breaks that morning. So we will, and then later on Tuesday, we have Barely Necessities at 4, as always. And I believe there's a lot of great merchandise coming, so stay tuned. But that's a little bit of what we're working on, and hope you'll join us. As always, we'll come on live whenever news breaks, and I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks, Lee.
Rest in peace, Splash Mountain.
Yeah, we'll miss you. Bye.
Take care.